Good evening. Well, good evening. Short but sweet, and here we are. I'm MikeRuggirello, your host of Theory Thursday, and Jason is the what? Who are you?
I don't know. I've been searching for that answer for a very long time. Hey, everybody. Thank you for watching. As always, welcome. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Singular Sound Beat Buddy, Kurt Mangan Strings, Mad Hatter Guitar Products, and Guitar Tune Up San Diego, and as always, SWR Video Productions, Mr. Dave Wright.
Yeah, Dave.
And please go to our YouTube channel and hit likes. And we also have a website, TheoryThursday.com. Go there.
What else do we...
And we just set up a Patreon account. I'm going to be posting that up in the links, too. So if you want to donate some money, help us out, get us going, we very much appreciate that. And
I think that's just what they're going to have to do for now.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Jason, you done? We good?
Yeah.
I sort of...
Yeah, we're good.
Very excited about this evening, everybody. This is a longtime friend of mine. Also, we are friends now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the guitar player of the Journeyman, Jason Cooper.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thank you
having
for
me, guys.
We are.
Yeah, cool.
We're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. Can I just say something before we start?
Please.
I just thought this from afar, and I've seen you on Facebook, and we've talked plenty of times, but I've always thought that you've got the best Scooby-Doo name I've ever heard. Ruggirello! Right, Ruggirello! Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to get that out of the way, just in case everybody was wondering.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I'm stoked to be here, man. It's honor and a privilege to follow some great artists that have been on the program, so thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man, you're no slouch yourself. In fact, we're going to...
Oh, no, I'm a tremendous slouch.
So, Jason is here tonight for a few reasons. He plays guitar a lot. He's in a lot of bands. Formerly a bunch. We're going to get to some stories. But presently the Journeyman, and he keeps himself very busy. He gets to go play stuff like, House of Blues, and what is another attractive, what's in the Belly
Box.
Up Music Box. Those are all the nicest, biggest
Fabulous
rooms.
Navajo Inn, or
The
Navajo
fabulous
Live.
Navajo Inn.
Navajo Inn.
Navajo Live.
All those fantastic places around town. Yeah, absolutely.
Indeed.
And the Journeyman, you can catch us on a monthly basis at Nicky Rotten's in Rancho San Diego.
They have good food there.
They do have good food there, and it's a great venue. The owner is super cool, and they treat us really well, and it's fun place to hang out, East County. So if you're ever out there, and just watch for us. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So let's begin with, look at this guitar. This is a very nice PRS. This looks, since we've been buddies, I haven't seen this yet until today.
I've had it for about I would say 6 months.
So it's new.
It's the baby, and I literally had to force myself to go back and play my Les Pauls after I got this. It's just one of those guitars that you pick it up and it plays itself pretty much.
I tried it earlier, and it does have a very nice. It makes you want to play, and even the sound
beautiful.
quality.
Yeah, the sound quality is it's so versatile. It's I'd say by far the most versatile guitar I have. I can do the yacht rock jazz stuff. I can do
Yacht
metal.
rock.
Yeah.
Now, what are you talking about when he says yacht rock?
Yacht rock is the term that has come to popularity recently. There's the whole kind of late '70s. If you like pina coladas,
Singer-songwriter.
yeah,
You like those songs?
Well, I play in a band like that, originals, called Blue Sky Flu.
It's basically just called soft rock, and they've they kind of termed it the guy on the boat with the hairy chest and the gold chains and the spoon of cocaine is he's got his
Tack.
ladies on the boat. That's kind of the soundtrack to that whole thing. So
That's
It's
great.
like Steely
great
Dan, Doobie Brothers.
exactly, Hall
Hall
Notes.
Notes.
Yeah, exactly. So
And we were talking about this
Christopher
earlier.
Cross.
This is also an outfit that Jason has experience in, and some of our other friends have done this as well. But when you do a yacht rock gig, you probably would like what kind of amplifier?
Oh, but technically, back in the day, you would look at your Fenders, your Fender Twins and that sort of thing. But you got to be pretty versatile these days. So I have a rack set up. Don't look.
He brought. We forgot to.
I brought a rack.
We forgot to put the logo back on.
Oh, and also we forgot to
Proudly,
like it.
we have a. Oh shit! Hey, so
Hey.
Dave, we need some tech.
Yeah,
We got a little technical difficulties, so the mic fell because of my poor tape job. This is why, guys, this is why I teach, maybe even play the darn thing. I don't.
It's the worst roadie ever.
I don't.
fired.
I used to tech, and believe it or not, I did this for Mick Mars one night, and I was successul that evening, but I failed for you. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all right, man.
But Bogner 412 is right behind him.
Yeah, Mick has his own problems.
You gotta loop it through the handle of the head.
There you go.
I'm getting schooled on Theory Thursday.
Fuck he's doing.
This is
we can cuss here, right?
Well, we can say
whatever
fuck.
you want.
I mean,
I try not to, but we do. It's okay.
I
Hi, Mom.
Internet
Cock
show.
balls.
I just watched the Howard Stern movie last night, specifically to give me a little bit more pep or some pep. I know what an influence, but all the things, pig vomit, all those tumultuous situations. Watching Paul Giamatti lose his fucking mind. I love
Howard
it.
Stern.
Oh man, Howard Stern. Yeah, you just melts. You get so angry. It's like that should be anger management.
Yeah, probably.
What's going on?
Hey, Jason, just give me a little.
Oh yeah. And those are Neil Schoen licks, ladies and gentlemen. That's killer.
Good, cool. Huh?
Are we good? So did he get
We're
a little
good.
bit robbed in the intro? Did the mic fly?
I can hear
had
it.
him
I can hear it
boosted.
pretty good.
I boosted him up, and so.
So we have good equipment here on Theory Thursday. When we say we can boost you up when a mic hits the floor, that means we are running a certain board. I'm not going to talk about it. Big deal. Anyhow, back to you, Jason. Look at this. Look at the pedal board. We got things happening.
Okay, cool. There's not much here to tell about. Long story short is, I used to be pedal board guy, and I had a pedal board with like 20 pedals on it. And one of the first Jane's Addiction shows that we did,
That's
and
so
I'm
rad.
throwing pics all over the place. We did it at the House of Blues in Anaheim, and
Can I have this?
Yeah, please. I brought all these for you.
Thank you.
We did the show. We were the opener, and we put all our gear in the hallway. We watched the rest of the show, and when it comes time to load up, I'm like rolling my stuff around. I go, hey, anybody see my pedal board? And so somebody just like made off with like $3,000 worth of vintage and pedals that took me like 25 years. So long story short is I had a gig the next day, and I was like freaking out because like I need my pedals, and my good buddy Jamie Anderson, hey Jamie, gave me this MXR Phase 90, which just basically
Let's hit a chord, baby, and light that up. Let's.
So it gives you kind of like the, you can do
throaty,
clean,
man.
but it gives you like the. That kind of
Man, that sounds.
Van Halen-y,
awesome.
and you can also do the,
Oh yeah. Oh, we have that song on in the Beat Buddy if you would like to jam that later.
Oh, we can do some Pink Floyd all day, dude.
Yeah?
Right
I'm
You like it, the Floyd.
I grew up in the '80s, but you know, I did my time with the Yngwies and the Van Halens and that kind of, and the George Lynchies and all that kind of stuff. But I'm a Dave Gilmour guy all the way.
You like holding notes a long time?
As long as they'll let me. Yeah, pretty much,
long
yeah.
as
So,
they'll
yeah,
sit there.
exactly. Yeah, I would kill to have that tone and that feel. But yeah, he's one of my favorites for sure. Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
Very cool. Yeah, there's I'm fond of Gilmour too.
He's all
In
right.
the way of, I know he's all right, but you know he's the
He
guy.
sucks, actually. He's really bad. It's overrated.
Between the tone and how slow he plays, it's just sort of.
Yeah.
But
Well,
even when he plays fast, he gets those kind of funkier things like.
Oh yeah, and you know, just it's just real simple. You know, it's the
Beautiful. That was. Our volume's good.
Yeah.
Dave. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
I'm getting a little bit of a surge, but that's okay.
My clean's a little low. Let me hear you clean.
Oh, well, this I volume down it.
Oh, it's good. I love that chord.
Oh, I love that chord. That's one of my favorites. That and the Under the Bridge.
Very
It's one
nice.
of my favorite jazz chords.
You know, it's really fun hanging out and just talking to you so far. Even you've been here. He's been here a couple hours. We've been chilling out, taking
I've
our
worn
time.
out my welcome.
You've worn out your welcome. No,
I
not
peed
even.
on the lawn.
But when I say that, I like how all the different directions we can go due to the experience of being in Coverland. You know.
Oh, absolutely.
And when I say he's busy, you know, everyone that's friends with Jason Cooper, look him up, give him a like. You know, do you still have room on your Facebook account to accept likes?
Yeah, I think I've got like 20 friends. There's always room for more.
So,
Yeah,
so no, he plays all the time. Very entertaining. You know.
lots of bands. And I do a lot of fill-in work for bands. You know, people will call me up and say, "Hey, can you learn 47 songs by Friday?" Yeah, sure. Yeah, sounds great. You know, I'll try not to F it up too bad. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. You know, I like playing in all these different bands because, you know, going from yacht rock to the Journey stuff to playing metal stuff, you know, which is like my heart is always in metal.
And let's elaborate. Like, what are the top 3? What are the top 5? Are you like an Alice in Chains, Judas Priest guy? Where are you? Where
As
do you
far as
live?
like guitar playing or bands?
metal, just metal.
Oh boy. For metal, I mean, it's got to be. You know, obviously, you know, Metallica is kind of king for everybody. You know, when you're growing up and learning riffs and doing that kind of thing. I'm a huge Slayer guy.
Rad.
I'm a huge fucking.
Like,
no, I'm not a huge Slayer guy. I'm a huge fucking Slayer guy. Okay, because you can't say Slayer without saying fucking Slayer. Love Maiden, love Priest. You know, obviously Van Halen. They're more rock than metal, but you know, all the stuff that I grew up with was that, you know, the early '80s. You know, obviously Ozzy and Randy, the whole thing. You know, the I didn't get too much into the neoclassical stuff just because I couldn't do it. I tried. I'm no Anthony.
You know, I have
Anthony, I
some
love you,
issues.
buddy. And that guy fucking shreds, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm honored to sit in the same chair. But yeah, all those bands, you know, it's the same ones as everybody else. But I take a lot of my influences from some like unlikely places. You know, I would say a guy like Elton John is like a huge influence on my guitar playing, just for melodic purposes. You know, listening to melodies.
Okay,
you know.
now that's an interesting thing
Yeah.
to say there. So, I want you to elaborate on that.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
if you're hanging out driving to work and you're hearing an Elton John song,
Yeah, I
and-
put my guitar like this and I start playing.
is that the deal? And you're like,
exactly.
yes.
Wear big sunglasses, dressed like Donald Duck.
Exactly, yeah.
No, but seriously though, is it like because it's so memorable and such a good hook, you can sing it that day or that night, and then
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
that's the kind of rhythm I want to do when I do a lick or something.
Exactly,
You
yeah.
making parallels like that.
And his band was like so underrated, you know, like you know, Davy Johnstone.
Who's
you know,
the
playing
guitar player?
Davy Johnstone.
Johnstone.
And he was such a you know, like a rock technician. You know, he's kind of in the same vein as like really underrated, like a guy like Mick Ronson.
Yeah, I was
for
going to say
Bowie.
Mick Ronson. Yeah.
I'm a huge Mick Ronson guy. You know, there was a time in the '80s where like all you want to do is shred, all you want to do is go fast, all you want to do. And then I discovered at some point, you know, the Dave Gilmours, and then the getting into the glam stuff, you know, with Mick Ronson, and then just really getting down to basics with a guy like Pete Townsend, where I feel I kind of have like a Van Halen style with a Pete Townsend approach.
Okay.
You know, which
That's cool. Fair enough.
I hit the guitar not today because we're kind of in a controlled environment, but I usually hit the guitar really hard. After a gig, I'm usually toast for like days. You know,
I remember you saying that last night when we were chatting. That's interesting.
Yeah, I have scars and cuts and bruises, and you know, I every once in a while I get the whole Pete Townsend bloody
hands,
you know, pick guard, and you know, just because when you get into it, you know, and there's a little bit of beer involved, and you're feeling the tune, and you really get into it, and you start bending notes and hitting stuff, and yeah, that's kind of my approach. You know, it's a little loose at times, but you know, that's how I approach it. You know.
It's rock and roll.
Speaking of loose,
Yeah. Hey.
we're got a little surprise for you. We're gonna display some of Mr. Cooper's diversity.
Oh, I'm very diverse.
That was pretty cool, though, man.
Loosey-goosey.
You know, that's a great song. Great. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm not surprised, but for someone like you and I hanging out today, you come over here and
We can have a couple beers and
with that.
talk about those things. Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to do today. I didn't really want to have like a huge like format and like really work things out ahead of time. It's like you know, I've watched the show and see, you know, some guys bring in original stuff, and yeah, I think it's just fun to talk about riffs and play them and kind of go through stuff. And that song in particular has the
solo in that is bonkers.
Yeah,
Can we talk about?
Yeah, it's I've watched videos of it, and I guess they had like 40 some odd guitar players that came in and all took a stab at it, and none of them hit the mark. They were all kind of jazzing out and doing all this crazy, you know, just going crazy, and none of them fit the bill until one guy, I don't even know the guy's name, but he came in and played this kind of like, it almost sounds like kind of slack key. And, just kind of sliding into notes, and that's the one that they picked. And they
Can I hear the next lick?
That
is forever so good.
It's one of my favorite guitar solos.
One more more time, please. Can we get a zoom in? Little guitar lesson, gentlemen, if you like. Who's the guitar? Is Larry Carlton?
That is not Larry
No,
Carlton.
that's-
It's somebody
is that
else.
Walter?
And I'm
No, he was on the. He was. I forget his name too. He was on that documentary, the Hired Guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, each Steely Dan album usually featured probably like 4 or 5 guitar players, and usually they would come in just for the solo. So you've got like Walter Becker.
Yeah, well, if you don't mind, Jason,
yeah,
would
sure.
you? Can we get a little zoom on him doing that whole solo
Okay.
with no chord support or drums? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, cool. So
Please.
see the kind of like slack he started, you know, the.
God, that's so rad.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm a
fucking.
big fan of those guys, and I can't really do what they do. I mean, I'm no Larry Carlton. I tried to play the solo for Kid Charlemagne about 1,000 times.
That's another one of my favorites.
I can get close. That's my favorite solo of all time, besides the solo to Money by Pink Floyd. Which is, I think, everybody says, you know, oh, comfortably numb, but that for me, my money.
Does the solo, is that in the 7 part?
Yeah, you know, the
What's the guitar? What's the rhythm do? What you were playing?
I can't remember if it changed to the. It goes up 1 or 2.
Why don't you guys try it? Here, I'll try to find that. That sounds rad. Let me go
Does
to.
it go up to? Does it stay?
yeah, so it's where it comes out of the sax, so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
So where is Pink Floyd? There we go. So wait,
Standard. Couldn't remember if it changed.
I know.
Does it actually have it in there?
Yeah, it's the whole. It's got the whole song.
Oh shit.
So here's
Let's just
2
do
of
that.
7.
do
There's
the
3
break
of 7. Would this be work?
Maybe a little sped up a little bit. Yeah.
I forgot.
So you got the main
Well, where's
riff, and
the
that's,
solo?
which is in such an odd time, you know. And then
What part is this? That's cool though.
I used to know how to play that one too. I get it though. I get it.
Yeah, go. Watch this, guys. Woo! I'm just gonna watch. Oh. Wow. Takes a long time to quit.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have cheated you. I should let you go.
That's all right. I was just picking it up.
But no, the arrangement on that, that's what, it says 7/4. There's 7 different beats, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of different parts.
That was cool. Went to the
Yeah. But just
rock and roll, baby. So that was a classic example of.
we're jumping all over the place here.
You know, speaking of the Patreon situation, ladies and gentlemen, it's just $1. Go to our website, or Jason, put that link in
I
the
will.
comments, please.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, guys. We've been doing it for a while. I'm not desperate, but we want this thing to get bigger. And, you know,
That's what she said.
For,
Hey,
yes,
hey.
that, for $1 a month, though, what is, so every episode, what, it costs you 25 cents to watch this?
Nice.
Big
yeah.
deal.
I gotta
It's
quit.
on our website. You go to our website, and there's a Patreon link, and you just plug in a few facts about yourself, and George Washington comes out every month for us. And I think presently, Jason, we're at like 918 likes.
Wow.
So that's $918 a month that we could use because Mr. Dave Wright of SWR Video, he is, did I say that right? Did I fuck up?
No, you
Okay.
didn't.
Okay, why would I? But I'm just saying, he you know, he's not only a big part of this show, he's a partner, but boy, is he expensive. He is. And, you know, this, I'm looking for a good insult. This worthless, blind, bass-playing
I'm blind,
co-host
for
of
sure.
mine.
It's very hard.
It's like a
know.
mole rat.
Pretty much, you know. Like I always say, it's just. I can't
How you doing, though? You feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm
I
feeling
think
okay.
Jason Thomas has been suffering from a little bit of stomach troubles. You know, if you care about him and you want to see how he's doing, please write in the comments. Pepto-Bismol.
Make a Pepto run here. Cool.
How are you doing? You having fun?
Yeah, good, man. This is fun. Yeah, what do you guys want to do? What do you wanna
Well,
do? Tell some crazy stories.
tell a story.
I got many crazy stories.
Tell that story about Greg Vaughn.
Oh man, my buddy Greg Vaughn. How you doing, Greg? So, you know, I've played in many tribute bands, cover bands, tribute bands. One of my first tribute bands that I played in was a band called The Cured. It's a Cure tribute band. Go figure. And we would play shows, and we had this one particular song that had a sitar solo in it. And
Cool.
the guys in the band said, "Oh, we know this guy. He's a great sitar player, and he's comes with the belly dancers and the whole 9 yards. And it's a big show." So we're playing the song, and Greg comes out, and he's doing his thing. You know, he's the wizard, and you know, he's got the makeup and the outfit, and you know, the girls are going crazy and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, wow, that's really fucking cool. You know, I'm playing the sitar, and it's you know,
Good act.
so, yeah, exactly. It's fun. And after the show, you know, we're sitting around, and he kind of leans over to me, and I go, yeah, how long you been playing sitar? And he goes, I'm really just a metal guy. I only do this because it's fucking cool. And I go, that's fucking awesome. And, you know, and the next thing I know, we're hanging out at the UFO show.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, and Greg's rocking out, and he's a fantastic rock and metal guitar player. The guy.
Yeah, well,
is
I know.
Meet him.
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, you know, obviously, know he's been here, but
Speaking
yeah.
of Greg Vaughn,
What-
he actually chimed in and says, please ask him what it was like being married to Carmen Electra.
That's not funny. It was lots of fun. I actually have a pretty good Carmen Electra story. Actually, I was married previously, and my wife had gotten us tickets and backstage passes to go see Jane's Addiction. This is before the whole Jane's tribute thing. And they took us backstage, and they had this whole setup where the band would play backstage before they go on stage.
Totally. We've seen that before.
Yeah, and so they all come out, and they have like a little teeny tiny drum kit and a little teeny
Right.
tiny amp, and so they start rocking, and there's probably like 20
Little
people in
teeny
there.
tiny guitar.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, Dave Navarro's teeny tiny, so he needs a little guitar. But that's another story.
Yeah.
He's a little guy.
It's like Prince.
But so we get in there, and they start playing, and everybody's going nuts. And so I go, okay, I'm not going to rush the band like a fucking groupie. You know, I'll stand back by the wall, and I'm standing next to this girl, and I kind of bump into her, and I go, oh, excuse me, and I look next, and it's Carmen Electra.
Wow.
And you know, everybody's like mobbing the band, and I just go I go, you know, this is when obviously when her and Dave were dating, and I go, I guess somebody should just sit back here and keep you company, right? And she's like, oh, thank you so much. And like, I watched them play for about 15 minutes with Carmen Electra, and she gave me a big hug and said, oh, great, enjoy the show.
You hugged Carmen Electra?
I did hug her, yes, I did. And my wife was
Dude,
not
what
happy
did-
about
Not
it.
happy about it?
Can you describe
Innocent
the
as hell,
perfume?
like Dave's like 5 feet away. What am I gonna do? You know?
Right.
Like, geez, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But
I remember the first punked. And it was Carmen Electra. It was Dax.
punked.
Did
Yeah.
It was Carmen Electra and Dave Navarro in Vegas, and it was
Yeah,
Dax.
Dax Shepard.
Dax Shepard, yes. Anyhow, fun fact. Useless fact. But
exactly.
I
I've
was
got
a
a
little
million
bit-
stories like that.
No, that's cool,
All
man.
completely innocent.
Yeah, that's like one of the last hugs you need.
Well, I've had some pretty good ones since then. Yeah, I've had some pretty good ones, but.
So let me get a lick. I'm digging the tone. I'm digging your good legato-y.
Yeah,
I think I want to take us back to the Jane's Addiction groove.
Okay.
And we can go back and forth, maybe even follow each other.
Yeah, sure.
When we were warming up, I was finding some really neat things to do with the E chord with the distortion on with one of my patches.
Yeah.
And I was like, hells yeah, man, let's go there.
Yeah, the cool thing about that song is it's got.
I'm gonna tune though.
And for those of you who don't know, the song we're talking about is called 3 Days by Jane's Addiction, and that's one of my bands. I play in a Jane's Addiction tribute band sometimes. And that song 3 Days has so many ebbs and flows, and it crescendos and then comes down, and there's lots of
8-minute
dynamics.
song?
That's like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got so many hills
It's one
and
of the
valleys.
best rock and roll songs out there.
Yeah, and it's one of those songs where you just hear and you go like, man, I'd really like to write a fucking song like that.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like their masterpiece.
Dude, right?
But the riff actually starts out very clean, so it's like a. Oh, am I not coming through here?
Yeah,
You are
It's
just rubbing against the.
It's just hitting your strap.
Oh, yes. I have problems controlling the volume of my voice.
Well, at least you know how to mic a cab.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
leave-
Then you can hear me, right?
you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
ask me to do a few things.
Yeah, but that.
Never ask me to mic you a cab.
Exactly. Don't
Never-
mic my cab. Just remember. But anyway, that riff, it starts out clean, and it's got that tribal beat that goes along with it. So it's a.
And show it. It's nice major. -7. Yeah, I flubbed that one.
And then about halfway through, it kind of kicks in.
That's what I was doing without distortion. Okay, and pause. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Do that intro again, if appropriate.
Yeah. You want the clean one?
And then I'll come in on the distortion with you.
dude.
Man, that was totally fun.
That was super stony.
Oh man, it was so stony.
Or beery, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I think I need a beer, man. You know, this stupid MIDI controller. I need to program more banks because
Coroni or
I don't know, man.
or
Yeah,
Guinness?
I'll take a
All
guinea.
right, dude, you're there. A guinea.
Guinea. Well, you are.
I can say that.
We support all Italian Americans.
Yeah.
let me
Yes,
tell
we
you.
do.
That came from MikeRuggirello.
Do you
Oh, I do.
Oh, wait, is this a twist?
I don't
It's
know.
not a twist.
Do you have a lighter?
Mine's outside.
Oh.
Co-host, this is another duty of yours.
All right.
Did you enjoy yourself on that?
Oh yeah, man.
Nice and melodic.
Oh, yeah.
Were you toggling between the major or minor, or I mean, that's what's interesting about that.
Yeah, I was going back and forth a little bit with the
But our scale was E Dorian, which that's that raise, that note.
I'll take your word for it, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I am not a screwed guy. That's one thing I
Whatever
have in
sounds
common
good.
with. Yeah, I have one thing in common with Dave Navarro, besides being about a foot taller than him,
Well-
is neither of us were schooled.
You know, that's okay though, because you know there's another thing. There's innate ability. There's talent. There's instinct. There's intuition. There's all these wonderful things that exist chemically in a human's body, and they define a person. You don't have to be a trained dorky musician like some of us. However, what's interesting, I've been teaching a long time, and I'm trying to come up with these creative, very simple ways to get some of my students to learn the modes. And basically, like the Seven Dwarves, if you're out there and you know things, you remember things. I mean, think of the Seven Dwarves. Do you know the seven? Right?
Dopey, sneezy, asshole, and grumpy.
Precisely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Point being, they all have emotions attached to them.
Okay.
So if you're gonna be, is that Jeff? Jason, bring me the Jumbush.
Jabrams.
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 Did that suck?
I'll just play a note that.
What's
matches.
going on?
Yeah, the
God
B.
darn it!
Coming out of
That better not be coming on the feed.
I hear it.
Is that coming on the feed?
I hear it.
What's going on?
I think it's
Live television.
see what it is.
It's what happens when you go without a net.
Webavision. Is that what we call this?
Yeah. Webovision.
Webavision.
What was that?
Ooh. Hey.
Oh, you know what? Look at.
Is it maybe the chain hanging?
It might be the chain. Sometimes you have all.
No, I'm just. I think it's a beat buddy. I'm muting the beat buddy feed, and that's what's doing it. That's beat buddy. Me doing muting.
That's muting it? Oh, okay.
So it's your beat buddy chain. It's not the actual thing.
Thanks, boy.
It's your beat buddy.
I forgot.
Thank you, boys.
Thank you, boy. I always like that first album too. Another big epic song on that live.
What's going on?
That live. That was the first album before Nothing Shocking. It was the.
Pigs and Zen. Is that what you're talking
I
about?
think so. Yeah, it was another big epic.
It's the left channel of the beat buddy.
But they always had those epic.
Yeah, that's yeah.
know.
Jane's. Yeah, I only do tribute bands that.
I guess it's
I'm gonna go ahead and take over if you don't mind.
It's good. No, that's what we do right now with this whole situation.
Yeah, I only do tribute bands of bands
Man,
that
this sucks,
I really
dude.
like and emulate, and I
Yeah.
kind of feel like a stylistic vibe with, and the Jane's thing I've always been a huge.
Last
Jane's
time
was
we
like the
got rid of
crossover
it.
for me for
Is it
like,
stop? Did you just
from
stop?
like real metal
No,
to like alternative.
Yeah, it was a bridge.
I
between-
decapitated
because that's what
Jeff.
you found out. Like I was like when they came out, I was still in high school, so like I'd go, and it was almost like the scenes kind of. It was like the metal guys, and you get
Yeah.
the.
I went to a party and it was like a metal
Man.
party, but there was two chicks there that were like goth
I
and
think
they had
it's
Yeah,
black
Jane's
lipstick, back
cabling
finger,
over
and they're
here.
like, "Yeah, we're gonna go see
What?
Jane's Addiction," and
Yeah.
I'm like,
I think it's cable.
Yeah.
and they
over
put
there.
they put on like the LP on
Yeah,
the stereo
yeah, do
like,
that.
back in the day,
Yeah.
and I was just like,
Okay, whatever you
Yeah.
"Oh,
do.
holy shit!" Listen
Yeah.
to the guitar tone was like so
That's
friggin'
still
huge.
there.
Yeah, it was everything was surprising.
It's these
too,
shitty cables
with the,
from that place you told me to buy cables
with
from.
you.
Monoprice?
Yeah, those are
Return 'em.
junk.
Go
I mean,
get the free ones.
they had me in.
I don't know
Yeah, for sure.
It's just it's so like just huge and grand, and it's got a little bit of kind of Zeppelin in there, you know, just like the spaciness of kind of Zeppelin, you know, and that whole thing. And,
Yeah, it definitely melded genres. I was one of my favorite things to listen to, but at the time too, I was kind of weird in high school anyway because I liked Zappa and the Weather Report and like the fusion jazz and stuff like that. So that was one of the bands like that I actually was like, these guys are great. I like this because you get all that aspect of classic rock and then you throw in the metal and you get it.
I mean, Zappa for me is like. I would say like probably number 2 influence of all time.
He's number 1 on me. He's like the top.
Yeah, I mean, it's musically, I just know that I could never get to where that guy's. And you could play along and kind of fuck around with it, but
well, no one can really.
Yeah,
I mean,
for me, like just the humor and the virtuosity and everything wrapped into a ball. It was like it's like Spinal Tap with smarts.
Oh yeah, it was very Dada and satire and
there's lots of pee and poo and cock jokes, but it's all set to just unbelievable music, you know.
Yeah, and the grooves and the
huge
musicians and everything else too. Yeah. But so you're also doing.
This is the. By the way, this is the Jason and Jason show.
Yeah, it's the Jason and Jason show.
We're
We're
all
taking
about
over.
Jason and Jason.
Yeah, we could take over the show. Well, we kind of have to at this point.
Subsidiary of Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah, J&J. Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
But yeah,
I'm
just
not
to
even back. I got it.
wrap it up,
We're buzzing.
and then like.
That's loud.
I'll play. I can mute it.
Well, then, then mute it.
Mute it, and then I'll turn it on.
There you go.
So this is why I buy Mogami cables.
Mogami.
This is why I Mogami.
All right.
We don't know if it's cables or not.
I bet they are. But thank God for Dave, he can just mute it.
Yep.
But when Jeff is playing.
I just gotta remember
So,
Cool.
how do I do this? All right. Thanks, Dave. Let's hear that for a second.
Oh, dude.
That's rad. Sorry I had to ditch for a minute. Let's.
So we just kept talking about Jane's addiction and kept moving on.
So
The show must go on.
The show must be going on.
I
The
have
beat never stops.
I have a few students that like playing that riff. How does that riff go in the beginning? That's a.
Stone and Love, yeah. That's Chad. So that's really good time. Sean does. He's kind of like me. That's why I kind of identified with Journey. Journey's another one of those bands that has all of the solos are singable, memorable, melodic solos you're going to remember for the rest of the time. And Sean also does something that I do is I have a weird style of playing chords and I like to finger and fret everything. I like to finger everything.
Yeah.
That came out way wrong.
can.
And especially with those chords, like the G chord, most people will. But you add whatever
This tastes fantastic.
Oh yeah, and it's.
It's cool. A lot of style.
Yeah, and a lot of their music and his music. There's some power chords going on, but there's a lot of funky. Are you doing laundry? Are we doing laundry?
I think it's just the pipes.
There you go.
I hope.
There's somebody taking a leak on the roof.
SoCal basement.
Exactly.
It's your neighbor, probably.
Doing laundry.
Nice.
Is my neighbor doing laundry?
Maybe.
Yeah, but like the chords that I was playing in the opening.
Yeah, let's do that.
That is a So it's it starts with the E minor. It's a song called Mother Father, and it's guitar and piano played simultaneously, but really cool riff, and it's got this funky chord, and I got to go to it because it's he uses it in a bunch of songs, but it's
called a drop. Nice.
And then the chorus. It's only
so
stuff. Yeah, it's
cool.
only stuff that he does, and he uses that chord like all over the place. There's, you know, the song "Just the Same Way." You know, it's a Greg Raleigh tune. It's they have that breakdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, he uses that chord all over the place, and it's like, you know, as we were talking about this before. If you ever see a picture of Neil Sean, he's always his hands always like
Yep,
this. 'cause
You're
he
gonna
plays
get that
stupid
one,
chords.
or you're gonna get. You know,
Yeah.
we call it a drop 3. It's funny,
Yeah.
it's a G chord.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're trippy, right?
You know where you also find that chord is another guy that I love and would love to emulate, but you know, certain bands that like you love and you just don't try to play. Huge Rush fan, huge Rush nerd, huge Alex Lifeson guy, and it's you know.
That's how
Yeah,
that
never.
goes.
Yeah, never. Yeah, it's a really hard riff, and he picks it. He single picks it. It's like, which is crazy. Exactly. I know that part. I'm a salesman. I'm a salesman. Yeah. You know, Life's the same way. You know, lots of memorable leads and stuff you remember for all time. You know, those are the guitar players that I dig and
Totally.
yeah, I try to emulate, even through just like stylistically emulating them without, you know, I love Van Halen, but I'm not like a huge like, you know, I'm never gonna start a Van Halen tribute band, you know. It's like
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Right. Well. Never say never.
Never.
Yeah, if I had to do a tribute band, boy oh boy. Man,
Danzig. No.
Danzig.
Mother.
Well, have you seen the Steely Danzig?
I think yeah.
No.
Oh, you
Oh
got
my
to show it to you
God,
after
that
the show.
sounds amazing.
It's awesome.
What is it?
Yeah.
The Steely Danzig, where it's like, mother, it's dirty work
Yeah.
with Danzig singing.
Oh, get
Mother.
out of here.
It's so good.
That's awesome.
It's great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know what I forgot to do?
Yeah.
I forgot to get your little bundle ready for you. We
Oh, we give you gifts.
Bindle?
Give you- yeah.
Are we doing cocaine?
It's
on
a
this?
bindle.
Can we have? Yes, we
What size?
It's a bundle.
I think he's a. I think he's a
11s.
32 wide,
Extra large,
4 long.
ladies.
Before long.
No,
30,
give me some
35B.
tens, please. There's that, and then these are the Theory Thursday commemorative set.
Sweet.
We offer 9s, 10s, and 11s, and just like an Ernie Ball, a little bit of color coding. Our 10s have the green.
Love it.
So there's those. I do have picks for you, but they're over on your site. So when we're done, I'm gonna give Jason his commemorative pieces.
Care
of,
package.
Yes.
I love it.
It's like
Yeah.
our
You know, is
our
there any
Oprah.
other stuff over there? The Mad Hatter things and some stickers, the toilet
There you
paper,
go.
the custom.
There you
30,
go.
We have Theory Thursday toilet paper available on the
Yeah,
website.
Yeah, with Mike's face on it and his tongue.
Nice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Roll it down.
Yeah, the tongue. That was Jason's idea. I was like, that is great. And then a scratch and sniff coloring book next month.
Yeah. That's
Nice.
good.
All right, cool.
So how should we close the showdown?
Yeah, if you guys want to do, we could do what we talked about earlier, is doing the loving and touching and squeezing.
I would love to love and touch and squeeze you.
Not literally, but the song.
No,
And,
metaphorically.
yeah, in the
Sure.
in the Journeyman show, there's a
Dude.
oh.
What groove do we want on that?
Somebody's,
wasn't that-
Isn't that like blues?
Yeah, it's just straight
4-bar blues, man.
Bar.
Yeah, there's a point in the show where we do the love and touch and squeezing, and the singer Mark. Hi, Mark. He always
hi, Mark.
Yeah, he always leans into me every show, and he goes, "Dude, I gotta go pee. Play for about 20 minutes." I'm like, 20 minutes. Dude,
So how
you got
slow?
prostate
That's a long
problems?
pee. Yeah, that's a
grief.
very long pee.
Yeah, so it's
I
usually
talk
kind
to
of
the doctor.
my spot to kind of show off and noodle and
do the
just
thing. Well,
do stupid stuff and
you've
use my wah-wah pedal.
Come to the right place to noodle. I'll tell you.
Noodling and stupid shit.
Noodle friendly zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
how does
go
that
out?
riff go? So it's
Yeah, just real.
Are we playing out to that, or are we gonna do?
too slow.
It's slow for sure.
That's pretty slow. There you go.
So here we go. We will see you next week. Huh? Oh yeah. Well then I wanted to. How we save this thing? That's
Okay.
gonna be our closing riff.
We'll close it out.
And then let me get a little mute
Get
on
all
that.
over that.
Oh my God, I'm gonna.
All right, figure it out.
So let me do one more thing though before we get to you, Jason. I wanted to remind y'all that we have a Patreon account, and there's going to be, yes, Jason's going to mention it again too, but I'm very, very proud of our accomplishments. This is episode 42. We're here with Mr. Cooper. We're obviously growing, and this is because of you. Thank you very much for tuning in. We love and care about it so much, and that Patreon account is waiting for you to donate $1 a month to keep us going, right? Yeah. Right? Oh, God! I just want to see the leads. Can I? Okay, but you know what? Give me $1, please.
Give me my $2.
$2. But Jason,
Anyway,
go ahead.
thanks guys. We really appreciate it. Like Mike says, if you can, donate to the Patreon account, it'd be nice. We would
If you
very much
can,
appreciate it. Yeah.
I want to be a little bit more aggressive.
Okay, you can, but some
If
people
you
are
can.
some people are tight.
Hey, man,
so it happens.
I've been doing this
We
for
appreciate it.
a couple of years
But
now.
anyway,
I get
that's a
paid.
bad thing.
Thank you to our sponsor, Singular Sound Beat Buddy, Kurt Megan Strings, Guitar Tune Up San Diego, and Matt Hatter Guitar Products, SWR Video Productions, Dave, Wright, Cthulhu in Chief, TheoryThursday.com, and if you guys want to get a Beat Buddy again, go to the website TheoryThursday.com and go to the Singular, click on the Singular Sound button and type in the promo code Theory10, you'll get 10% off. And YouTube channel, and I'll put all the links to everything in here so you can visit them at your leisure. All right, guys, I think we're done. And thanks a lot, Jason, for coming in. I had a lot of
thanks,
fun
guys. I really appreciate
rapping and playing.
Fun.
It was good.
I hope we can do this again
Oh,
sometime.
yeah.
Oh, you bet, dude.
Yeah,
we're
absolutely.
having, we're gonna have many babies together.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
But
I am
babies.
fixed, but we'll work on
But
it.
babies.
Thanks.
Greg Vaughn wants to know if we're going to be at NAMM.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We will be at NAMM
We
next
will
week.
see you next week at NAMM.
If somebody gives me a ticket, I'll go. Fine.
Yeah, that's
I know. I'm late to the party.
Next
I
year,
know.
you'll be rolling with us.
That's great.
So we will be next week at NAMM at the at Mad Hatter's
Hatter
booth,
and-
booth number 20. The booth number is on my page. I'll put
in the
booth
link.
number. Yeah, and then we're also going to be at the Singular Sound booth. So we're going to be hanging out, launch a new product. and doing our uploads as fast as possible. They will not be live. Expect to see stuff as early as noon next Thursday. We're gonna do about 3 uploads. 2 to 3 different Theory Thursday uploads. One or two from Mad Hatter, 1 or 2 from Singular Sound, and we're gonna be introducing new product from our sponsors at NAMM. We'll see you next week. And
Hey, real quick before we
also,
go.
Lydian Gray and Jay Palmer. Yeah.
Just real
and
quick, just show
let's talk a little bit about this. We've totally messed up.
Well,
That's okay. Just make a quick.
We could do the
quick
guitar
thing.
stories for another day, but
Yeah, just
Well,
a
I'm
real
gonna
quick
play that on the last
synopsis.
jam.
yeah, dude, go for
Okay.
it. It's
Oh, wait, was it tuned?
Yeah, you tuned it.
yeah. Fender makes these $25,000 guitars that look like Eddie Van Halen's, and I watched an online tutorial and I said, I've got all this shit in my garage. And I literally went out there and I had all the parts, including the Floyd and all the stuff.
Do some zoomy zooms. You got the
Got it.
I actually have the Eddie Van Halen picks on here.
The second
dude.
Yeah, the reflectors you get at any like RV
Kragen.
shop, you know, and all that. Yeah, Kragen or whatever the hell. And yeah, and it's even got, I don't know if you can zoom
Talk
in there.
about that quarter. Talk about the
Okay,
significance.
so Fender, you know, it's got a 1971 quarter on there that Eddie was fucking around before a show and took the entire guitar apart. I think I'm getting the story correct. And with about 5 minutes to spare, the guitar tech comes back and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" It's like in 10 pieces. He's like, "Dude, you gotta go in like 5 minutes." And he's like, "Dude, slap it back together." So they put it back together, and to get the tremolo to sit right, he put the quarter underneath the edge of the tremolo
to lock
so
it in.
because
Yeah.
it's not a normal Floyd. Normal Floyd's gonna float and do
Yeah.
that thing. So his is
Slams,
blocked, so
yeah.
it just goes down. It only goes down. It doesn't go
That's
up.
what mine is.
Yeah. So after the gig, Eddie's like, "Wow, that really looks cool, man." He's probably really stoned.
So cool.
He's like, "Dude, that's cool. I'm gonna just nail it to my guitar." Like, and so the deal is, the 1971 quarter is one of the rarest quarters
to get.
ever in circulation. Like Fender paid something ridiculous, like $70,000 to buy from some guy on eBay. So I swear to God, dude.
Like a bundle of quarters?
Yeah, the guy had like
Enough
rolls
to-
of them from like 1971.
Dude.
So I hop in my truck. This is after I built the guitar. I hop in my truck. I'm not shitting you. I open up the ashtray and I pull out this fucking quarter right there.
No
that
way.
quarter, and that is a 1971
That's,
quarter, dude. It was meant to be.
That's further proof that I think we're living in a matrix. But that's for another
Pretty much,
story.
yeah. And it kicks ass. I just wish I had,
baby!
yeah, I wish I had
gonna
more
rip.
opportunity to play the guitar. It's just it's a rock guitar. It's a metal guitar, and I can't necessarily use it for my David
Journey.
Bowie tribute band, which is Ziggy Shuffle Dust, the
Yeah.
David Bowie tribute, you know, or the Journey thing for that matter. I've used it for that, but yeah, it's just a fun kick-ass guitar, and it's got the Floyd, and it'll probably go out of tune as soon as you use the Floyd. So
Well, I won't use too much of those.
yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
See you next week.
Whoop. I'll lay off.
I'm not going to use it too much. He begins to do eruption.